Kaptırıyor topu. Ali Tağ doğru çok süratli. Ali orta yapacak. Sert orta. Sert orta.
Welcome, ladies and gents, back to another Maestro Game production. Welcome back to Spor and welcome to Football Manager 21. Now, we are finally on the full version of the game and I've not been feeling so great, so this might be a little bit of a down episode. I'm going to be probably not as energetic as usual, so I apologise for that in advance. But we do have some transfers, we have some unfortunate departures, we have a couple of interesting arrivals, and well, some youngsters who are going to be bursting into that first team football. So let's have a little look at our money. As you can see, we've, well, fallen off a cliff. But in recent times, we've climbed up. In fact, we are almost a million, I should say, positive in the bank. We have made 600,000 this year, although that is going to decline as the season progresses. We're a little bit over the wage budget, but that's not something to worry about too much, simply because we do have a couple of loan players. They're going to be departing, so that will come back down when we go, hopefully, up into the top tier of Turkish football. So that's out of the way. Who have we brought in and who has departed? Well, some of you might have noticed from the statistics screen who probably has departed. But the departures are, as you can see, we've loaned out our bench keeper. That is simply because he is a youngster, 19 years of age, 2-star. I wanted him to get some first team football somewhere. I didn't want to stunt his development by leaving him on the bench. So he's gone elsewhere. We've got our fair choice keeper sitting on the bench in his spot. We then have Hamaki. Now, he's gone for 50 grand. That's probably not the biggest loss. Yes, he's valued at 150,000, but he's 34 years of age. He was aging. Needed to really push him on. Simply, end of contract. I would have liked to keep him around, but it's one of those. He's getting old. He's end of contract. We can't really be keeping him around for too much longer. But as you can see, he was solid for us. He can now go to them for 50,000. Trabzonspor, in fact, paid 1.2 back there for him, so they got quite the bargain. Then, speaking of bargains, this is the bargain of a century. I didn't want to let him go. I would have loved to keep him around, but he was awkward. He didn't want me to transfer him, but he didn't also want to sign a contract because our team wasn't good enough for him, apparently. So, we have Kapakak. And I'm not going to miss trying to pronounce his name. That is the one good thing. I'm not going to try and pronounce where he's gone, but he's gone up to the top tier of Turkish football for 105,000. Now, he's valued at a whopping 2 million. If I remember rightly, though, I did get a 50% sell-on fee. So, if they make profit on him, we shall get half of that profit. So that's not too bad. But yeah, that is a bargain of a century. He scored 7 goals for us and 2 assists, got a 7 rating in 18 games. But we've got a replacement. The replacement, I will admit, not on the same level, but he's decent. And that is Ibrahim Siddiq. He is from FC Nordjylland. I probably completely butchered that, but yes, he is a 20-year-old Ghanaian. 0 caps, unfortunately, for both the first team and the youth team, but I'm sure he'll get there soon. As you can see, he's 3.5 star, 4, maybe 5 star potential. He's a well-rounded player. He's got that minimum 13 aggression, which I now insist on. We have inverted winger. We could play him as the normal winger, but I'm trying out this inverted winger. He likes to play it, so we're going to let him try his game. If not, we'll force him into playing as a winger, because as you can see, he can play as a winger pretty decently. So, he's in on £600 a week. I think that's quite a nice little wage to get him in at. And well, as you can see, spent a couple of years in Ghana, at RTD Academy. He then went on a free transfer where he went to Denmark. He's been in Denmark for the past 4 seasons, didn't play, got 1 goal in 8, 3 in 26 and 1 in 2. He's had a solid season so far this year, 7.7 rating, 1 in 2. Let's hope he can continue that with us. As you can see, played 2 games for us, got 6.8 average and 1 assist, so he hasn't been playing terrible, but he hasn't been a standout performer as I would have hoped. Now, the big signing, as you can see, 16 grand. This is a bargain. As you'll see, Abud Umar is valued at 180 grand. He's here till 2024, so a nice long-term signing at left back. Kenyan, 28 years of age, 40 caps and 0 goals. Of course, he's left back. You wouldn't expect a whole lot of goals from your left back. But as you can see, minimum 13 aggression, and he's got solid stats. We're not going to be playing him as a defensive winger. He's going to be more a supportive, and as you can see, he can do this rather admirably. So, historically, where has he been? Well, he's in Kenya for a while. He, in fact, bounced around Kenya for a little bit before going to Greece on a free transfer, then a free transfer to Bulgaria. This guy's literally doing a world tour at this point. He's had 3 seasons with Slavia Sofia before he went to Belgium for a season where he was at Cercle Bruges, played 8 games, then went to Romania where he also played 8 games before going back to Greece. 1 goal in 6 games at his previous club, 1 player of the match and a 7.43. As you can see for us, he's been solid also. 3 appearances, 1 assist and a 6.97. So that is our acquisitions and departures. What does the team look like now? Well, we've had a little shuffle about. As you can see, Aaron has somehow made it into the team. Now, originally, I was trying Batwan up front with Endoy. The problem with Endoy is he doesn't have any pace. He needs to be basically assisting another striker. So we've had to go for a 2-striker system basically to get the most out of Endoy. As you can see, we've not really been getting anything out of Endoy with a 6.46, hence why I've gone and put another striker up front. That does mean, though, Recap can't sit in this central attacking midfield role. At least while we've got wingers, I might drop the wingers and go for a central one. As you can see here, I've set up a nice central formation, but I do need to tweak some of these side pieces. But that is our third choice option at the moment. At the moment, we have moved Recap to being our playmaker. That is because, well, Edigan, he went and he was a little tired for the past couple of games, so he got dropped. And, well, Recap's done a solid performance there. Edigan's not too bad, but it's very much swap and change with these two at this point. Solly Muntari has cemented his ball-winning midfield role. Unfortunately, in my previous game, he was suspended, but he returns into the squad for that. Same with Akut. He went and got himself a suspension on a yellow card. Muntari, he had a really ridiculous sending off. He just went and snapped the guy, and yeah, I won't talk about that one. He had a very dirty challenge. So, those two are back into the lineup. We've got our back four. This is our going forward back four, at least for the time being. We know Chat is going to be leaving next season. Akut, we're probably going to move Sadat in for Chat and then look for some replacement for Akut. Maybe another loanee. Hopefully we can get Chat back. If not, then yeah. But Akut's going to be wiped out of the side slowly. I want to get Sadat in because he's as good as Akut. He's not far behind him and he's got plenty of development ahead of him, whereas Akut is definitely on the decline, being 33 years of age, and well, his stats are dropping off a little bit. So that is the plan at the back. Recap, like I said, he's swap and change. Aaron managed to work his way in, though, weirdly through the media. The media mentioned how good he's been performing in training. I was getting disappointed at how bad Batwan was performing up front, so I was like, you know what, we'll listen to it. He's been doing well in training, let's give him a go. And well, I gave him a go, he got a goal, and he performed admirably in this Spor game. As you can see, we won 3-2. Now, before we get on with that one, a little bit of poor form. So, in the previous episode, we lost 3-0, of course. We then had 2 0-0 draws. We had a 2-0 loss. And then we finally found our goal scoring. It's 3-2 in the previous game against Spor. As I previously said, Aaron got a goal. We even got one from Cock. Cock managed to go and get his first goal for us. Unfortunately, he couldn't have saved it for a video. We then have Recap getting on the scoreboard as well. So that is how we have been lining up recently. So how does that look in the table? Well, the table... Wow. Altay have dropped off. As you can see, Altay have lost their past 2 games. That's dropped them down to 3rd place. And, well, Spor is on quite the run. They've had 1 draw and 4 wins previously. Whereas us, well, our form's a little iffy as well. Then again, the top is looking a bit all over the place at the moment as well. Altay is not the only one with 2 losses on the bounce. Bandy also has 2 on the bounce. Gary lost their recent one, but they've lost 3 of their last 4. So yeah, up at the top, we've been dropping points against the lower teams, so that makes it a little interesting. But an interesting stat for you, ladies and gents. We are the leaders in the least goals. As you can see, we are tied with 3 other teams, and we are even the top goal scorers. Now, I can imagine we're probably going to slip down. We're probably going to go to 2nd or 3rd by the end of the season, simply because we don't have Ali Akman banging in probably what would have been 50 goals? 40, maybe? Speaking of Ali Akman, let's have a little look at Akman, because he is a beast, and we want to see how our former beast is developing. So, our former beast is currently 2 goals in 6 games, 1 assist. I feel like we might be able to nab him back on loan. They haven't really utilised Ali Akman, and well, we could do with Ali Akman. Ali Akman is a beast. We want to get him back. Unfortunately, he is on 8.5 grand, so if they do ask for 100% wages, we ain't going to be able to afford it. But enough rambling from me. It is game time. We are away against 11th place in the league. This should be a reasonably easy game, but we have slipped up against easier teams, as you can see from our previous games. So, first of all, let me just double check. We've filled out our bench. Good. I've remembered to fill out the bench. We've got our starting 11. We are all ready to go. Sadiq and Erin are both lacking match sharpness. We can deal with that. We can work through it during the game. As you can see, there's quite a few concerns. We have a bit of a problem with our cock, as usual. We then have Yazik, who is also struggling with familiarity. Jesus, I cannot speak today. We then have Muslu, who doesn't like the press. Oskan doesn't like the press. The press has apparently grown on them too, because, yeah, they're liking the press. The press is slowly growing on this team. They didn't like it at first. They're all a bit lazy. They don't like gegenpress, but we've drilled into them. They're slowly learning to like the gegenpress. So, hands on hips. All the best night. Have fun. No, I expect to win. I expect to win. We've had poor form. We need to bounce back. And that Samsung Sport game is the nice start to that. So, your team are among the possession leaders. Jesus, another stat we are topping. Whilst they are not. If they park the bus, I prepare for the task of breaking them down. I think we're good enough. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in that. You're 4th in the league form. Seriously? Have you seen the state of our recent form? We're still 4th in the... Okay. Does that help head a kickoff? I want to keep things going. It helps keep morale high. Take us closer to our Tigers. Sure. If you say we're in good form. Now, this I love. I love this since it's come on to... I think that's since full release. This nice little intro. It is lovely. Some nice aesthetic to see our latest 6 matches, our lineup. There is the table, of course, which we have previously had a little peek at. And, well, let's crack on with today's game. I'm unfortunately running a little low on my coffee, so that's not nice, but I have a backup drink next to me. Also, it's a little warm in this top, but unfortunately I'm wearing a green t-shirt, so that's not going to help. Oh! Endoy! Was he? Thought Endoy was going to finally get off the Mac for us. Unfortunately not. We have unfortunately not got anything out of that situation, but it's Kone coming down this right-hand side. Will he whip in a nice cross? He does have Endoy shot. No, he's going to kick it at Kadir, who is going to clear away. Chat has intercepted though. Recap to Kone. Now with Chat. Chat to recap. Now Connect. Gets it over the top to Sadiq. Sadiq! Lovely goal by Ibrahim Sadiq. First goal of the season. That man. He's finally come up trumps. We need him to come up trumps, especially after the huge replacement of Kapakak. Kapakak was amazing on that right-hand side, and well, Sadiq finally coming up nice for us. Ooh. That's lovely to see. Lovely indeed. A little sad that he's here on loan, same with Chat, but it's nice to have those sort of players coming in just to fill in the holes that we need them to. So, I thought I'd give away a penalty to them. I would not have been happy. But, no, we cannot get rid of it. Atabek, lucky for us, it's disallowed, but Atabek, you cannot be pushing the ball straight back out to their guy at your feet. You've got to hold it. I don't care that it's offside. Just hold the ball. Please. They are developing a nice little gap over here, though. 10 points on both second and third, due to Altay dropping their form and, as I like to call them, menstrual sport, breaking into that top 2. Now, it would be nice if menstrual sport can follow us up to the up tier. But we are quite a way off that one. We are 12 games after this one, 13 including this one. That's an equaliser though, and it's not at a great time. They've just gone and equalised right before half time. Starting to worry, ladies and gents. Starting to worry. Lads, please. Okay, we'll just cruise into half time. We can yell at them in the dressing room instead of out on the pitch. So, as you can see, they've had 4 shots, we've had 5. 2 on target, we've had 3. 0.4 XG to our 0.32. 2 corners, 7 fouls, 6. 1 yellow card to 1 yellow card. 87% passing completion ratio each. 46% possession to our 54. Very 50-50 game. So, as you can see, we have a couple of nervous faces. You know what? I'm not going to yell at them. I'm going to be nice. It's time for everyone to... Yeah. Let's dig deep, lads. Dig deep. Dig your way to China. Let's do this. Let's dig. Get your shovels out, lads. Got time. So, as you can see, quite a few players are lacking a bit of sharpness. Our defence is a little tired. We have Aaron, who is actually letting us down up front today, which is surprising. So we are going to take Aaron off. I gave him the opportunity. We're going to give Core an opportunity, or Batwan the opportunity to come on and perform now up front. So who is lacking any sort of ability today? We have our goalkeeper. Unfortunately, though, we don't have a suitable replacement for our goalkeeper, so that's not going to work. We have Ozcan, who's struggling. Now, Sadiq's having a good game. Unfortunately, Ozcan. If that's the case, Aaron, I'm not going to take you off. I'm going to move you. I'm going to move you out to that left wing, because he's decent on the left wing. So he can go out to the left wing, hopefully pick up his form from over there. I'm probably going to get berated by the media for keeping him on because he's underperforming, but I've moved him to a different position. He should have an opportunity to try and recoup some of his losses over there. So we are going to take recap off. He can rest up. He's not had the best game. He's not had the worst. So he can come off. Then Ozcan, do we need to bring on the cock for Muntari maybe? Muntari's having a rough game. He's not... You know what? Yeah. Cock for Muntari. Get that triple substitution on. Do we have any defenders who are particularly doing bad? No, our defenders are doing okay. Our whole defensive line is the best thing about us right now. And Doi is struggling. Again, Aaron. Yeah, I think that's what we go with. We get those guys on. Not going to tell them anything. I could give them some pats on the back, which I probably should have done, but you know what? Just get out there and do your jobs, lads. Demand more entire team, because we want them all to perform. We don't want to just focus on certain players. We want the entire squad to pick up their game. Can't be too disappointed though. 1-1. We're away from home. Yes, they are middle of the table, but there's worse results we could get. Unfortunately though, we've had those other couple of draws which do make it a little bit worrying. And Doi, heading it to no one. Musa will play it back to the goalkeeper. Luca now hoops it upfield. Can we intercept it? No, but Omar will collect this one. Omar plays over to Egg Cut. Now, Chat going to get anything from the back. Plays it up to Ndoy. Ndoy cross field to Aaron. Aaron, can he make up for his mistake? Plays it through to Core. Core hits the post. Back to Core. Luca will push it over the bar though. And we've got a corner. We should have probably got a goal there. Come on, Adigan. Whip one in. Back post. Right now. Header. Oh, Chat cannot get onto it. A-Cut will go collect this ball before... Okay, no, just run it out. A-Cut. That might be A-Cut's last game. At least for the foreseeable future. I think I might get the youngster in. But, Adigan. Adigan plays it up. It's intercepted. Kadir heads it down. Sadiq plays it back to Adigan. Now with Aaron. Aaron cuts inside. Nice ball to Con. No, it's intercepted. Koch will collect it though. Koch over to Omar. Omar plays it inside to Adigan. Adigan now up to Endoy. Nice ball up to Sadiq. Through ball to Kor. Come on, Kor. Oh, it's a nice save by Lukac. And Kor is offside anyways. So, looks like we're going to have to settle for a draw, ladies and gents. We pushed to the last minute. That wasn't too disappointing. I'm still disappointed in Endoy. Endoy probably could have got us a goal, to be honest, with his early effort, but unfortunately denied by the woodwork. These things happen, but we're going to bounce back. Got to be optimistic. We're going to bounce back. So you know what? You're unlucky, lads. You're unlucky. I'm going to keep your morale up. Yes, some of them are underperforming, but you know what? Keep the morale up. They will bounce back. So, just how damaging was it for your team to concede on the brink of half-time? I was hoping we could hang on until half-time and then take advantage to regroup, but obviously the goal robbed us of that. We were mugged. We were mugged in the street, ladies and gents, but we still have a solid 8-point gap on second place, 8-point gap on third. Unfortunately, Bursaspor has gone and built on their recent form. So they have managed to beat Altay, which is nice for them. Not so nice for us, but that's terrible. We're probably going to have to play through the midfield now, because, yeah, we're probably switching to this one going forward, at least for now, because Sadiq's having a good game. Seydat not having the greatest of games. That is good news for Seydat, though. That does mean Seydat can just slot into there. You know, let's just do it the lazy way. We have the 4... I don't think I've named this right. That should be 4-1-2-1-2. But, yeah. I will fix that off screen. As you can see, that means Recap would shift up. Adigan would come into the central midfield alongside Montari. They have a nice link up. Then we have those two up front. Now, I do need to fix that, because as you can see, it says deep lying forward for both of them. And, well, they both don't like being deep lying forwards, or at least they don't prefer it, I don't think. I think what we need to do is you can probably go to target man. Then we'll put you as a deep lying forward. Attacking is probably the best way of doing that. But I'll faff about with that off screen. The next episode, of course, will be against Bandy, as I have previously said. I've set out our next few episodes because, well, those are the big games. Yes, we do have a big one here against Altay, but we'll play Bandy. Bandy will be a nice one. It's at home. Nice little home fixture. We've got a couple of games here. See how our form bounces back before the next episode. But I thank you all for watching today's episode. I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.